financial services industry is a very complex industry, and it is a complex industry very much influenced by regulation. That also drives a certain sense of risk management, which is top of mind when you look at transformation programs inside of that industry. And one has to be cognizant of that in terms of the transformation journey. As part of that process, bring people along, and are you dealing with a customer experience at the back end? And I think the majority of our large financial services in the current market, they sit with a part of legacy, and one has to deal with this issue of transformation the whole time. And therefore there's quite a lot of value that we can actually have in terms of the conversation of you doing a digital transformation, well, so am I. What is my lessons learned? Why am I outsourcing or insourcing and taking the following decisions? It's not only about the technology layer, but also the lessons learned from an industry point of view and adjacencies, which I think the partnership ecosystem actually helps to have that conversation with.
How is digital and digitalization transforming the FSI industry? How are we maintaining that pace of change, that rate of change? How do we continue to do that? What are the pain points that other organizations are facing, which were enlightening? And we're not silos. Individual banks have typically in the past always been isolated. The way it's evolving now, the landscape is evolving to a point where the interaction between banks is a requirement, not just for our clients, but for the country as a whole. And we need to make sure we evolve with it.
Because ultimately for us, the goal is the customer and service availability. So whatever is working in the industry, we want to be part of. Whatever is competitive, we want to be part of. So you want to be the first to do everything so that you get a better advantage. Right now, I resonated with everything that was being discussed, all the solutions, all of the technology advancements, and I think we are all on the same page. AI, solution innovation, cloud, and the works.
The biggest move in the industry these days is collaboration. We feel that we're going to lose our competitive advantage if we start sharing, and we're very careful because of the competitive nature of our businesses. What I've learned is that there's synergy to be gained in understanding each other's methodologies, to say, these are my challenges that I'm experiencing. Do you have similar challenges, and how did you possibly overcome that, and where do I need to look just to supplement what I'm doing and be able to say with confidence, I'm doing the right thing for my company.
We tend to go into a banking environment with somewhat of an imposter syndrome. These businesses have been in existence for 100 plus years. They're well established, and we expect them to have well-defined processes, systems, procedures, policies all in place, and our role is to go and deliver according to a mandate that they put on the table for us. But one of the things that came out today saying, hey man, when we want to innovate, what we have today and how we operate doesn't allow us to innovate, so help us change that to innovate better from a customer experience perspective. So for me, it was a very refreshing conversation around the role we need to play in helping them transform their business, as opposed to being transactional, which a lot of organizations are, particularly in the banking industry. And today for me was important to get the things that aren't said in transactional conversations. What are the business problems that you have to solve? What are some of the challenges they have that they don't talk about? It's a safe space. We have a deep requirement to understand the industries we work with. And if we don't have roundtables like we do today, we're never going to understand how an industry functions and operates outside of the competitive landscape. So this really, for me, is one of many that we want to do with the banking industry.